resolution in opposition to the IND Energy power plant and expressing concern over the proposed use of Providence water.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move that we refer agenda item number 22 to the special committee.
No, let us testify.
Let's
Any discussion?
You should let us testify.
No talking. If you want to leave, you can go now.
Okay.
Thank you, Council President. These are very challenging times. We're on the eve of a new federal administration, and this administration has effectively stated the goal of frustrating the efforts to deal with climate change. Some of those officials coming in are on the record denying that climate change is occurring. Other individuals deny that it's human-caused. This is all in the face of broad consensus from scientists and government agencies. We're talking about NASA, the Department of Defense, the Department of Agriculture, international organizations as well. It's not an issue. Others coming into the administration, they have a deep-rooted tie to the fossil fuel industry, irrespective of what they may personally believe. And so what this means is, now more than ever, states, cities, towns, residents need to work together and need to work on this and many, many other issues. And on this issue, I think a number of people have called this the greatest challenge of our time, of our generation, effectively. And Rhode Island will have our own challenge that relates to the fossil fuel crisis. This is the so-called Clearwater Energy Center in Burrillville. It's a $700 million electricity generation facility. It will be fueled by fracked natural gas. It's opposed by many. It's opposed by the town on the basis of the impact in the community. This relates to issues that we are all too aware here: noise, traffic, air quality. Blackstone River Watershed Council stated that emissions from the power plant, in particular methane and carbon dioxide, would affect a 30-mile area in northwest Rhode Island. And the town of Burrillville is not alone in opposing this power plant. It's opposed by currently 16 other cities and towns in Rhode Island so far. There are a number of environmental groups that also oppose it for environmental reasons, local as well as the impact on climate change. And some of those impacts are, one, this is going to prevent Rhode Island from meeting its reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. This is set by state law in 2014 under the Resilient Rhode Island Act. The source of the fuel is a problem. It's fracked natural gas. And this is dangerous. The process of this is dangerous both for the local communities and for the climate. For those that don't know, fracking involves drilling into the ground and injecting chemicals, wastewater, and the like into that ground. As a result, it poisons drinking water. It has caused earthquakes in local communities that have never experienced earthquakes before. It's damaging to communities. And there's a second serious problem with fracking. It relates to the methane gas that's produced in the course of this. Methane gas is different than carbon dioxide in that it is more damaging to the environment and magnifies the effects of climate change. So while some folks are saying that natural gas is cleaner than other fossil fuels, the problem is that the methane and the like causes serious damage to the environment, which negates much of the so-called clean burning benefits of methane. These are a host of reasons to oppose the building of this plant. And now we have another reason which impacts and affects Providence, our local community. And this relates to the water use required for the plant. It's part of the process, presumably for cooling. There's estimates of up to 1 million gallons per day required. Those estimates have changed in the different reports on the amounts. 3 separate communities have already refused to supply the water to the proposed plan. 2 weeks ago, the town of Johnston approved a 20-year agreement to supply water to the plant. And the issue is this: Providence is the wholesale supplier to the town of Johnston. And so Providence's water is going to be sold for the use. And this is simply wrong, for all the reasons I mentioned. And we need to do what we can to prevent that use, that's the use of city resources for this plant. And the resolution before us does a couple of things, because I think there is some confusion about what the resolution calls. I think that it seems like the information that I've received is it's clear that this body does not have the ability to block the sale of the water. And so this resolution does not call to do that. What it does do is it states that the Providence City Council opposes the use of it. What it does do is it states the Providence City Council is opposed to the citing of the plant. And it also asks the city solicitor to work with the Providence Water Supply Board to determine what avenues, if any, are available to be able to avoid the sale of this water to the plant. And ask the chairman and general manager to work together to determine that. Rhode Island is an amazing place. There are amazing resources here. It's a special place. And it is very challenging to watch and see developments and commitment to things that are going to remove the things that make this place unique and special and the advantages of this place. And I think for people who have traveled, they know that. And I hope that we can support and do everything we can to keep this place special in the new year, especially in light of all the events that are occurring nationally. And I urge my colleagues' support and request a vote on this matter now. Thank you.
Abstention. Motion passes.